Good morning. Well, I'm in my tube top, and I decided that if you guys are going to see me every morning, you have to see me the way I dress. And the way I dress, I actually have these little things made. They're just little stretchy things, and they flare out, and they're just comfy and cool. Remember, I live in the desert. And it's Monday morning, and the gardeners are probably going to go, but I've already said we're going to have to deal with what happens at the Restino house. And there may be noise. Pippa may make her noise, which she does, and Nala may bark, and the gardeners may go by because we're in the front of the house. So, with that said, um, the righteous shall live by peace, with peace. The righteous shall live with peace. The root word of righteous is right. So, in other words, to be righteous, you have to do what is right. And then the peace comes. Now, peace is probably the most coveted of all the gifts that God gives. Peace. Without peace, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what kind of family you have. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter how you look. If you don't have peace, you have nothing. So, peace is the most coveted thing. So how do we get it? It's by right living. Right living. Always do what is right. And you instinctively know that. God put it in all of us to know exactly right from wrong. We all know right from wrong. We don't always choose to do it, but we know the difference. Every one of us knows the difference. Now, what happens many times is when you don't operate in what's right, your heart will become hardened. And when it becomes hardened, you don't notice anymore when you're doing something wrong. You just get to a place where it's part of the deal. So make a decision ahead of time of how you will react if something happens. Say to yourself, I will do it this way. And always do what is right. Because then the peace that goes beyond understanding, that even when things go amok, now God doesn't promise us a rose garden. We're not going to have a rose garden. But we are going to have him walk through everything with us. And it's going to be easier to handle everything that comes in the world. It's going to be easier when you've got God walking through it with you. And the best promise of all, which I hang on to all the time, is that it'll work towards good. No matter what happens to you, it will work towards good when you're righteous. And you're righteous because you do everything right. Now, as human beings, we all make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up over it. If you do make a mistake, apologize to whomever you may have offended, and especially apologize to God, and then get on with it. Just get on with it. Don't lament over, oh, I did that, now I'm going to get this. There are consequences to doing things wrong. If you do something wrong, there are going to be consequences. No matter how much you love God, there will be consequences. But God will work it. God forgives you immediately when you ask. Immediately. Consequences have nothing to do with him forgiving you or not. He says that when you ask him for forgiveness, he doesn't even remember your sin anymore. So that's done. But those consequences are not his doing. They are something like if you run a red light and you get hit by a car, that's a consequence of running the red light. It isn't God doing it to you. Consequences are cause and effect. You do this and that happens. So be careful of the consequences when you make wrong choices, but know that God does forgive you, and attempt to always, always, always operate in righteousness. That's the key to peace. That means sweet sleep too. I love that one. Sweet sleep is a biggie. One of the biggest problems people have today is sweet sleep. That's because they're not doing everything right. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is, guys, because God promises the righteous sweet sleep. Ask him, what am I doing wrong? And then do what is right. Okay, guys, I talked for almost 5 minutes. Until tomorrow, this is your friend, Velma Hagar Restino, with her precious book, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. Help her make that a #1 bestseller by buying it from Amazon. Again, hidden treasures in secret places. And until tomorrow, this is Velma Hagar Ristino bidding you a blessed day and a blessed life. Bye.